Hi and welcome to episode 9 of 12 of What's Wrong with My CV, because one size does not fit all. I'm Jaqui Winston of New CV.
And I'm Julie Grimes of Jaguar White Recruitment. With 45 years experience between us, we are both passionate about providing valuable advice to help you build a powerful CV to get you noticed.
Today we're going to talk about career gaps and why you may have them.
And how to deal with them.
And why you might consider using a skills-based CV to deal with them.
Straight into it, a career gap can occur for a huge range of reasons, including things like time off for family reasons, illness, travel, sabbatical to study, redundancy. And often people worry about that break in the continuous employment, which might look bad on their CV. But career gaps are nothing to be ashamed of. What we need to do here is really embrace them, and the most important thing here is not to have any on your CV, and we're going to show you how to deal with them.
Okay, a career gap actually can enhance your CV narrative if you've done something meaningful with your time away from the formal workplace. And I've actually often worked with return to work mums who've developed a completely new range of skills whilst running a home and family, such as budgeting, multitasking, prioritising, conflict management, relationship building, negotiation, the list goes on actually. So with this in mind, you can actually look at the skills that you've learned and add them as a bonus and include them in your CV rather than thinking of them as negatives.
And I do think you've mentioned it's about reframing the mind from worrying about it and feeling it's a negative thing, which I know a lot of people do, to making it really positive, embracing it and being confident about how you're going to deal with it in your CV and when you get to that interview. So as we've said before, honesty is always the best policy here. I've helped numerous people with gaps in the CV, and one had actually achieved an interview with a gap in their CV and then sadly fallen down at the gap stage. So I'm going to talk about interview coaching near the end. However, it's very important to have your CV ready before applying to give you that confidence when you're actually in front of somebody, ensuring you know your CV inside out and you can really embrace the reasons why that might have been a gap. I've helped a lady whose marriage broke down actually, and she had to leave her job. She had a year, she needed to sort out her life and her confidence. She was a senior level exec. We put career break on her CV. I'm sure you've seen this many a times, Jack. So she had a career break, but what was she doing in that career break? She was reviewing her financial circumstances. She did some traveling. She saw family, which is always good for the soul. She attended some courses. It might be more for confidence. It could be skills based. And then she was ready to go back out on interview, but she had that sort of issue of her confidence, which we worked on. So instead of crumbling at the interview next time, we worked on how she's going to embrace and talk about her own decision to leave that job for the best for everybody and then go back to the job seeking market when she was ready. And she took control of the situation with confidence and she secured a role. And I'll never forget the moment she walked in Costa Coffee, come screaming at me. That's a nice one that we dealt with in terms of gaps. Also, just to add to that, is to make sure your LinkedIn profile matches your CV, so there is no doubt about what you've been doing in your timeline, because people do look at your social media, especially LinkedIn.
They certainly do, and I have had so many people come to me, and when we're doing the first exploratory stage and they send me their old CV and they show me they give me their URL for their LinkedIn, and they are so wildly different. The dates don't match the job title, and therefore it's just waiting for a disaster to happen, because a recruiter is going to look at it and go, well, something isn't truthful here. Same with your career gaps, it's being honest. So the other thing you could consider if you've got a lot of career gaps is a skills-based CV. This can be if you've had a significant single career gap or indeed multiple ones, because it allows the reader to focus on your skills and your achievements rather than just the timeline, which people can get very hung up on. One thing I've said when I work with return to work mums, who I work with quite a lot actually, is that some of the skills you may have had in your previous job might need dusting off. So for example, take yourself on an IT course to bring yourself up to date, but you've proven that you're capable of achieving at the level you were at previously. So you don't have to downplay yourself or your skills. You can confidently include skills in your CV and go for those types of roles again. It's about feeling confident enough to do so and making sure the person you're standing in front of knows that you're confident. So it's about, there's nothing hidden here. It's all there out in the open.
Thank you, Jack. In addition to that, I think it'd be great to surround yourself with positive people as well, and make get a piece of paper, write down all those positive things that you feel you've done whilst you've actually been in that career gap. I think that will help as well. It gives yourself a boost of confidence. We all need it, especially if you've been made redundant or what happened to that lady. So great points there, Jack. So in summary today, career gaps are nothing to be ashamed of as long as you manage them correctly. They're really not. They can enhance your CV narrative if you have done something meaningful with this, and really think about this, because I'm sure we've all done really great things in those gaps. Be honest and confident. Confidence just wins every time. And think about how you present them at interview and on paper in your CV and LinkedIn.
Thank you. That's it for this episode, and thank you everybody for watching. Next time, we're going to talk about education and qualifications, what to include and why, and where to put them. Always a thorny topic.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found this information useful, and see you next time on One Size Does Not Fit All. Bye.
Bye. Bye.